welcome everyone. So we will be spending the next few hours talking about ClinicalTrials.Gov and the requirements for registration of our studies, reporting results, when we can hold on to those results for a little longer, and changes that we saw in the final rule that came about recently to FDAAA and requirements for registration. So we've seen updates. The FDA has gone out, done their inspections, and found that information has not been being provided as it perhaps should be. So we are looking at this course to explain the role and expectations of the responsible party, to define the responsible party. Look at the clinical trial registration requirements, identify 2 trial documents that are required to be submitted with the clinical trials results information. So these are some of the changes and updates. Look at the trial results reporting requirements for unapproved, unlicensed, uncleared products, as well as those for approved products. So a summary of the final rule. What we found when FDAAA was first enacted the day after Christmas in 2007 was that we were not seeing, or regulatory authorities were not seeing, that trials were being registered, that results were being reported. And some of the information that was captured during this time frame after FDAAA went into effect was that less than 46% of the results or the studies and the results from those studies were being reported. So there was clarity, more information provided about when and what needed to be included. And now we have some draft guidance, which we'll get to in a moment, for civil monetary penalties. So NIH gave FDA authority to, as part of their inspections under the Bioresearch Monitoring Program, to go and do these types of inspections to get a sense of what's happening, include this information, report back. So we are looking for registration and summary results information, including safety information, for specific clinical trials, which we call applicable clinical trials, which we will define those as well. So those are going to be pharmaceutical, biologic products, all pediatric post-marketing medical devices, for example. The expanded registry and results data bank was really to help subjects, patients really, find information about studies that were being conducted in their geographic area, in their therapeutic area. So when you really think about the purpose of ClinicalTrials.Gov, it is a patient portal. It is a way for patients to find that information. Now, there was a lot of pushback from industry about putting results out there, putting negative results out there, all of this information, because they said it was proprietary. But it comes back to the intention of ClinicalTrials.Gov. So the responsible party, sponsor or a designated principal investigator, but almost always entirely the sponsor, for those trials is required to register the study and that information. So why do we have ClinicalTrials.Gov? Why do we have those requirements? It is human subject protection. Right? We're always going to go back to safety, protecting the right safety, welfare of those subjects. For patients, for other potential subjects, research integrity. So it's that transparency, putting information out there. Research is reproducibility, whether it's at the bench level, clinical level, non-clinical level. We are looking for reproducibility in our research. And that's what we really are doing with public health. If we got these results, they should hold up when we don't have all the constrictions of eligibility requirements. So we're also looking at evidence-based medicine. Again, supporting public health. We do these things because research says this is the most efficacious, this is the most safe way to approach this disease state. So if we are going to be acting upon it, then we need to make sure that it's verifiable. And it also allows us to consider allocation of resources. So we're not duplicating efforts. So funding is not going to studies that have already been proven. So this really is the purpose of human subject research, of good clinical practice, getting credible data from protected subjects, providing information, products for the public's health.